Now here's one of the more interesting sites I found on the internet that will help you get free money on the internet to do things in life. Crowdfunding site is what it's called now. If you haven't heard that term, you're going to hear it more and more every day, because this is where we're going in our country. A lot of problems can be solved for that. A lot of people are so intimidated to do, to even fill in the blanks and filling out one of these sites on a website to get money to do something, that they don't try. Well, this website has people there to help you for free. They call them personal fundraising coaches. So they'll help you step by step through the whole process, and then you got nothing to lose. And he said, and you'll see in this interview, he was saying that almost nobody spends money of any kind to go on the site. And he's got hundreds and hundreds of people, who go on this site and get money. And he's in like 15 countries now, 15 different currencies. You could go. But a lot of what he's trying to do is really solve problems. In other words, how we as individuals can go out and solve other problems in our society. I mean, he even has somebody fundraising for the Ebola outbreak. Right, flood victims, things like that, medical expenses, people to volunteer or whatever. I mean, the categories he has, like animals and pets, businesses and startups, charities, communities, competitors, you're going to run a race or something like that, creative, education and learning, family, funerals, you need money for funerals, honeymoons, marriage and death, medical billing, music and films, nonprofits, personal, religious, special events, travel and adventure, volunteer service. He was telling me about a fellow who he and his daughter raised money to go to another country to volunteer for the summer. Man, now what an opportunity is that? Not only spend time like that, cool time with your child, but to go to another country, and do that and give of yourself. I mean, that's the most important thing I think we have in life, is to give of ourselves. So what you're doing with your time, is probably how you spend that is the most important life. So here's a chance to get money to go and do something special. Give something special, of yourself somewhere else that really needs it or something, and you just need the money to get there, to do this. And this is what this site is all about. And remember that the important thing is that there's help there, every step of the way. I mean, a lot of these other sites just say, oh, you got to have a video and you got to spend $10,000 on the video, and that's crazy, And he said people do it with a video, without a video, it probably helps. And it doesn't have to be something you spend a lot of money on at all. Most of us now know how to turn on a camera, and the more authentic you are, the more people can relate to it. So authenticity. I mean, if you look like Hollywood, who wants to give any more money to Hollywood, right? I want to get to somebody who I could feel for. And that's what this is about. So it's an interesting website. It's going to grow. It's been here for a long time, so it's no Johnny come lately to this game. And a nice fella, so watch it. Well, Sandeep Sikhan, but I'm screwing that up again. I'm getting worried. But who cares about the name? It's the websites, right? And the websites are causewish.com and gogetfunding.com. And looking at those sites, I mean, I think that you are the only person in the world, and I mean the world, that is trying to help the entire world be better people. I mean, to contribute more in life, to solve more problems that there are. I mean, we all see problems every day, and you're giving us sites, or 2 sites, that you could go to and solve not only your own problems, but somebody else's problems. I mean, a medical problem, you have a community problem, you have a personal problems. That these are, I mean, there's even a woman you were telling me about who got $50,000 in legal expenses so she could fight the government. Wow!
It is pretty amazing what people can do with the power of the internet. So yeah, as you mentioned, I run GoGetFunding and causewish.com, and the aim of them is to make it easy for anyone to raise money for personal causes, projects, things they care about, and things that they believe other people will care about.
Yeah, but to me, what it shows is what life is really all about. Is your audio, want to turn down your speaker? It seems a little loud. I'm getting feedback.
Yep, that's done. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it seems like your site is really there to show people how to help in life. And that's more satisfying. I think the most selfish thing to do in life is to give. You know, yeah, because it feels so good. So you're really doing a selfish act, but people don't see it that way. And your site is that way. I mean, if you have a friend that has a cancer problem, you know, or whatever, in a hospital bill, or even pets. I mean, for a pet to have an operation is is now a big ticket. So you can go on your site and even get that kind of money for your pet that you love so much. So it's not only people, pets, organizations, or a gap year. You're involved with another organization. You know that the students who don't want to go to college for a year after high school, they go out and travel and work in another country or volunteer. And you can come to your site and raise money for that too, right?
Exactly. And I think people are becoming more and more aware of the power of crowdfunding.
Yeah.
If you have a cause or a need or a project that you think other people will believe in, then crowdfunding has really become a viable option. And we've seen people raise money for everything from IVF to legal fees, to as you mentioned, pet medical expenses, to almost anything you could think of.
IVF? And what's IVF?
It's in vitro fertilization.
Oh, so, I see. Okay, I beg your pardon. I'm beyond that age, so it's on my radar.
We've seen almost them all.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, because that's not covered by health insurance, yeah, or whatever. So people have to raise that money, and you have a place to do it. And that's why these are important things. I mean, it's not so, mostly, I mean, I go on Kickstarter, and it's some gadget, that's going to wash my windows or something, I don't know what the hell it is. But, your stuff is really all important things in life. And that's what I mean. To me, it gives power to people to see that, hey, you can solve important problems yourself. You don't have to go to the government. You don't have to go to a big corporation or anything like that. Just yourself. And go on the internet. You have like causewish.com or gogetfunding.com, and you solve the whole problem yourself. I mean, what could be more powerful than that?
Yeah, with the power of the internet and especially social networks, it's really democratized the way people raise money. And just thinking 10 years ago, if someone has a $50,000 bill, they'd have no option but to get into debt. But if someone has a network of support around them, if they have friends and family that care, it often starts with the friends and family. So the friends and family will get the ball rolling. They'll make the initial donations. Once it picks up traction, if it's something that's really amazing, it might catch some publicity. And then, as is often the case, and has happened many times in our site, a cause could go viral and really attract donations from a much wider network than you would have previously have had access to.
Do most of the people on your site use like a professional publicist or something like that to help them try to get publicity or marketing, or like a social media expert or things like that? Do they hire people to do that? Or
no, that's quite unlikely. And one of the reasons that they don't, and one of the ways in which we're different from other crowdfunding websites, is that we offer personal fundraising coaches.
I see.
So what these coaches will do is they'll help you with everything from the creation of your campaign to writing your description and to even giving you a strategy on what the best way is for you personally to promote your campaign.
I see. So I don't have to hire some other expert for $5,000 to help me figure out. You guys get it out for free.
Definitely not. We even have people, and this is encouraged, we even have people recording videos of themselves using their smartphone and then uploading it to the campaign page, and that often makes their page feel even more genuine and even more personal.
I see a lot of people, majority aren't using videos yet on your site, but they're very successful. I mean, it seems you have a picture, you have a video. I mean, Kickstarter, now they're investing $10,000 in a video to be on Kickstarter, which is crazy.
Although we recommend it, due to the nature of the campaigns, many don't. But we have had some stellar success with and without video.
Yeah. Now, I mean, now as the industry gets more involved, everybody, it's sort of like an arms race. everybody gets a little higher of requirements, and they think, oh, I got to have this, And you don't. If you're honest and going out, I mean, this is, it loses that personal touch now because you become like some big corporation that nobody wants to give money to.
Yeah, we wanted to do away with the requirements. Everything's optional. If they want to upload a video, excellent. If they want to upload pictures, perfect. We wanted to make it as easy as possible.
But you also have for your campaign, and by the way, you have like 15 different currencies on your campaign, so you could raise it in pounds or dollars or whatever you want, and so I guess that's attractive. I mean, it's so interesting to see because Kickstarter's in other countries, but you have to go a different website. It's not in one set website, which seems silly. So that's why you seem like the most globally sensitive person in this business now. And it's very popular. You've got dozens and dozens of offers going all the time, and the categories. I mean, you got every category from film to writers to we mentioned pets or just one for healthcare. And then you go into healthcare, and what you have, it's cancer. And you see all the cancer ones, or I forget what the other categories are, but it is. Yeah, I mean, you have to be. I think congratulated for doing all this and for helping people, get problems solved. I mean, there's nothing more important in our lives, I think, than solving our own problems instead of hiring, a paid gunslinger. that you could solve your own problems nowadays with tools like you have.
And those categories, as you mentioned. I wanted to have the most thorough list of categories so people know all the opportunities that they have, and people can fund whatever matters to them. If they want to help change someone's life, help with medical expenses, they can go ahead and do that. If they have a passion for upcoming films, they can check out the film category.
Well, there's another thing. I mean, like I was reading one of the offers. There was a guy and his daughter, I think it was, they wanted to go to another country to volunteer for 6 months, and they're raising money to go together. I mean, God, what could be greater than that? Going with your kid like that to volunteer in another country. Man, nothing's better than giving. So it's wonderful you're there. Sandeep, I thank you for being there, and you've been at this like longer than Kickstarter, I think. So you're really a grandfather in the field already. And you go to causewish.com and gogetfunding.com, and there are your two websites. And it's a delight talking with you, and I hope you do this for a long, long time.
I hope so too. Thank you very much for having me.
Take care. Bye.